I still think I should have taken you straight home and tucked you into bed.
Mickey, I have been tucked up in bed in the hospital for the past few days, dreaming of real food. I am fine, I promise you. Maybe not 100% back to fighting form, but who wants to fight anyway?
Hey, not me.
Well, me either. Listen, I've been thinking.
Uh-oh. What about?
Okay, remember you agreed to put off the wedding for a little while. But I just don't want you to have any doubts about my commitment to you or to us.
What is it you are saying?
That I'd like us to live together. If you'll have me.
Hello. You didn't tell me it was going to be a costume party.
Come on in, Sam.
Hey.
Did you bring the things from the casino?
I did. Everything you ever wanted to know about the casino, and then some.
Thanks.
Do you want me to hang around and help you out with some of the figures?
No, thanks. I'm going to take my time. I just want to see how we're really doing. I'll bring them back when I'm finished.
What are we doing? Going in the clothing business now?
My new wardrobe.
My friend, you and I have frequented some of the classiest thrift stores in the world, but I have to admit, this is some pretty nice stuff.
Well, those days are over for me.
Oh, no kidding. What, no bush jackets? How come?
Well, I want a new image. Got some people to impress.
Anybody I know? I mean, why do you need to impress them?
How do I look?
Very impressive.
Eden? Eden? Didn't want to wake you, but had a few things to do before leaving to meet with managers in L.A. No reason for you to be there. See you tonight. Love, Eden. Eden! Eden, wait! Yeah. Ted, stop her! What? Stop her, Eden! Kirk, she's already past the gate. Eden! Kirk! What's wrong? Nothing. It's no big deal, really. She was just on her way down to a meeting in Los Angeles. I decided to go with her. I changed my mind. Didn't tell her.
Well, try calling her down the hangar. Doesn't she usually take the copter so she doesn't have to fight the traffic?
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Ted, she was alone in the car, wasn't she?
Well, but...
What I mean is that there wasn't... I just thought maybe her secretary or somebody else was waiting to drive.
No, she was alone.
That's good. Yes, George. Kirk Cranston calling. I'm fine. I'm in a bit of a rush, George. Tell me, is Mrs. Cranston using the helicopter today? She... No. Well, I see. Well, if you do hear from her, please have her call home, would you? Thank you, George.
So much for that theory.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Doesn't she usually go down the Orient Express most days?
That's exactly where I'm headed right now. In fact, if you would just grab the chauffeur, have him bring my car around to the front, Ted. Would you do that? I'll just be a couple of minutes.
Yeah.
All right, I'm coming. Haley?
Gina, will you please tell this man who you are?
What is the meaning of this?
I found her over in Capwell Orchards picking fruit. She says she was sent there by Mrs. C.C. Capwell.
That's right, she was. This young lady's my niece, and I wanted some fresh fruit.
You are Mrs. Capwell?
Yes, that's right.
You mind showing me some ID?
Of course not, but you're going to be awfully embarrassed. And I'm surprised you don't recognize my picture from the papers. I'm in the papers often with my husband, C.C., at different charity events. Here we are. Now, I agree the picture isn't very flattering, but you can tell that it's me.
I told you I wasn't lying.
What are you doing here?
I really don't think that's any of your business. May I please have my identification back? Good morning, officer. Here, would you like a piece of fruit? It's delicious right off the tree. Charming man.
Why did you tell me it was okay to pick fruit?
Because it is. You saw the way the policeman backed off as soon as he found out who I was. I can get fruit out of the Capwell orchard anytime I want.
He almost arrested me. I mean, this has never happened to me before.
I'm sorry you had to go through this. Look, I'll never let anything like this ever happen to you again. I want to take care of you, I really do. I mean, after all, you're the only family I have. The only person I have left in the whole world.
Well, you're all I have, too. I'm really sorry you're going through such a hard time right now.
It's okay. I mean, everything's gonna be all right. We're both gonna get jobs, and we're gonna help each other. Everything's gonna be just fine.
So anyway, how's Santana? Sorry I asked. Here, eat. I always find that eating helps me forget an ailing love life.
No, thank you, Mom.
Well, let's talk about a happier subject. I have to go to prison now to carry on another conversation with our friend Angel.
Angel? Why?
Angel. Well, the warden called and said that he has cold feet.
What, about turning state's evidence in the Farnham case? I thought that was in the bag.
I know, it was all set. The best laid plans of mice and lawyers, et cetera, et cetera. Anyway, I'm gonna go find out what the problem is. You know, I hate this job. And I want you to know that you wrote me into this.
Sorry.
You know, I gave up criminal law years ago for a very good reason, and I promised myself that I was never going to do it again, and I hope there's not a problem.
Well, let me know what he says, will you?
I will. You'll be the first to know.
Okay.
Bon appetit.
Yeah, ciao.
I love when you talk Spanish.
Excuse me. Hi.
Cruz.
Hi, I hope I'm not interrupting anything here, but I just wanted to ask you how you're feeling. You look terrific.
Well, I feel good, thank you.
Sit down. Join us.
I'm not going to be much company, Nick. I'm on a case.
I have worked with this guy, and he's right. He's not going to be much company at all.
So next time, okay? You take care of yourself, darling.
Thanks, I will.
Ouch.
Bye, Cruz.
Bye.
Well, you haven't given me your answer.
You know what my answer is.
Well, say it. Say, Kelly, yes, I want you to move in with me.
I just want to make sure that that's what you really want.
Why else would I suggest it, Nick?
Because you think it's what I want, and it is. I just don't want you to put any pressure on yourself.
I am not. This is part of my master plan.
Master plan?
You and I are going to get closer and closer until marriage is going to be like a mere detail. Like we'll just fall into it like a big, soft bed.
Wayne, did my wife come in today?
Well, I haven't seen her yet, Mr. Cranston.
I was sure she would have been in here by now. She comes in here virtually every day, doesn't she?
Well, yes, she does, but I don't always see her.
Wayne, will you check with the staff, please? I'm sure that my wife is somewhere in the building.
Very good, sir.
I'm sure of it.
You know, I'm very surprised at you, Wayne. This isn't the time or the place to discuss this. I will talk to you about this later.
I'm sorry, Mrs. Capwell, but Mrs. Cranston gave me very firm orders. You may not sign for any more meals.
Well, obviously, but there's been some dumb mistake. Have Eden come over here. I'll talk to her. I'll straighten it out right now.
I don't believe she's come in yet.
Well, send her over to my table when she does show up. And in the meantime, send over a waiter. I'd like to order.
I can't do that, Mrs. Capwell. Mrs. Cranston was very clear.
It's all right, Wayne. I'll handle this.
Thank you. Oh, I wasn't able to locate your wife. I was just going to go downstairs and see if she's in the office.
I've already been down there. She's not there.
Yeah, it seems as though everyone's looking for Mrs. Cranston. Even her husband.
Thank you, Wayne.
It's 1 p.m. Do you know where your wife is? That Eden's a slippery lady, isn't she?
What are you doing hanging around here, Gina?
I just follow an old rule of mine. Know where the action is. And here you are.
What do you want?
I want some help.
Little handout for Gina, huh?
No, not a handout.
Keep your voice down.
I have a plan.
You always do.
To get Brandon back and to get back into the Capwell mansion and get everything back that Brandon deserves and that I deserve.
Give it up, Gina.
And with a little help from you, I'm certain
I'll
I
help
could...
you out this much right now. I will pick up the tab for this lunch in return for a little favor.
What do I look like? Some kind of drifter that has to do favors in return for a meal?
Gina, all I want you to do is keep an eye on Cruz Castillo until he leaves. He's sitting directly behind me. Follow him and then let me know exactly where he goes.
Well, why don't you hire a private investigator? Someone who's used to trailing after straying wives.
Shut up, Gina. This matter has nothing to do with Eden and me. I'm trying to save your neck right now, Gina, and mine.
What has this got to do with me?
Well, apparently Cruz has stumbled on some evidence that could prove that you tried to kill Cece.
Wait a minute, what kind of evidence?
I don't want to go into that right now. Fact is, I don't even want Cruz to see us together. Well, will you do what I ask? Will you follow him?
All right.
Good. Call me at home. That's where I'll be. Oh, and by the way, you can have whatever you like.
Well-deserved rest, my little cherub. Yes, maybe a Monet this time, huh? Maybe. Wait a minute. High heels? Gusta. Does she know?
Well, I guess I'll have the oysters Rockefeller and the veal with truffles. And, of course, your very best Cabernet.
Yes, madame.
Ted! Ted! And ask the kitchen to rush that out. I'm really hungry.
Of course, madame.
Yeah.
How are you? It's awfully good to see you.
Yeah, good to see you. Listen, looking for Kelly and Nick. Have you seen them?
Oh, they left when I was walking in, but maybe they left just because they saw me.
Yeah, maybe. I'll see you.
Ted.
What?
Could I buy you lunch?
No, I gotta go help Kelly move some stuff. I guess they just went on without me.
I guess you probably wouldn't stay and eat with me even if you didn't have to help Kelly out.
Gina...
I can't say that I blame you. I just want you to know that I don't have any hard feelings towards you. I just regret all the mistakes I've made.
You've made some pretty big ones, Gina.
Well, I guess I'm paying for them now, aren't I? I lost the most important thing in the world to me. My son. Oh, is Brandon? Have you seen him? Is he doing well? I know you probably don't think I'm the best mother in the world, but I love him, and I miss him so much.
He's doing okay, I'm considering.
Good. I just want him to be happy. You know, I've never been away from him for even more than one night before I came to Santa Barbara. I love my son. I want him to miss me, too. But more than anything, I don't want him to go through any more pain. I want him to be happy.
Well, I think he's gonna be just fine. I mean, after things settle down.
He's probably the only person in that house who really does miss me. You see, I was in the way of your mother and father getting back together. I understood why all of you wanted me out of there. Well, now that I'm gone, nothing should stop that from happening. How's college?
Good.
Have you heard from Lakin? Must still hurt your feelings, but I'm sure you'll find somebody else. A good-looking guy like you. How's Rosa?
She's fine, the same.
Has she managed to find anyone to replace that maid that quit when I left?
No, I don't think so. I think she says she's still interviewing people.
Oh, I see. Oh, my, did I order all this food? I can't believe it. Ted, you're going to have to stay and help me eat some of it.
I gotta go. I'll see you later.
Ted, you always were my favorite.
want to talk to you, Augusta. We don't have anything to say to each other. I think we do.
I was hoping you wouldn't be here.
I could have arranged that.
Well, I tried to call, but there was no answer.
Must have been in the shower.
Well, might as well get started with these. I'll start loading up the van. Hey, cut that out. The doctor said no heavy work. You can start filling these cartons, all right? Thanks.
Moving day, huh?
Yep.
To Nick's? Well, of course, to Nick's. Listen, if you were thinking about kicking me out, you can save it. I was leaving anyway. In fact, I'm staying in another one of your residences, Capwell Hotel.
Oh, is it the presidential suite, I'll bet?
You to win the bet.
Oh, well, that was an easy one. So irresponsible. You would pick the most expensive suite in town before you pay your brother back the money you owe him.
Look, I'm going to pay Nick back very soon. And I'll be staying in the presidential suite, too.
How you doing?
Okay, I don't know how I collected so much stuff, though.
Well, this stuff multiplies when you start to move it. It'll go faster when Ted gets here.
What I regret most is that you and Nick have become enemies.
Well, you should have thought of that before you lied to him. Of course, he believes you, so he thinks that I lied.
Well, don't blame me for that. The only reason you told him the truth, Dylan, is to hurt him.
Look, when you talk about hurting somebody, you should remember something. That you wouldn't be moving in with Nick if I hadn't backed off and supported your story. You should be thanking me.
Boy, you really know how to twist things around, don't you?
Have fun playing house, Kelly. Because when you realize the mistake you've made, you're going to come back to me.
Do you really think that's going to happen, Dylan? You really think something's going to happen?
But I'm not going to do anything to make it happen. But when the time comes, you're going to wish that I'm still around to take you back.
Yes, then as far as you know, my wife is still expected there in L.A. for the meeting today. I see. If she gets in touch with you, would you please give her the message to call her husband at home? It's important, very important. Yes, thank you.
She must have wrote this morning.
Dearest Cruz, I'm beginning to think that Kirk senses how strong my feelings for you still are. I woke up early dreaming about you, about us together the way we used to be. I had to write to you, even though Kirk may wake up any minute. If you knew how much I want to be with you right now.
Yes, hello.
Hello, Kirk. Is that you?
Yes.
Well, you sound strange. Is everything all right? It's Gina.
I know who it is. Where are you?
I'm back at my motel room, but I followed Cruz to the police station. And he got out of his car, he went inside the police station, he went to work. I mean, he's a policeman. It seemed like a pretty normal situation to me.
Wait a minute. Why the hell didn't you want to see where he went from there?
Our deal was one lunch in exchange for one trip. That was it. I don't intend to become the man's personal shadow.
Gina, I told you he may be on to something.
Yes, and I would like to know what, Kirk.
I am not talking about it over the telephone.
Then how about meeting me right now and telling me?
No, absolutely not. I want you to get back over to the police station and wait for him to return. I just hope for your sake that he hasn't already gone.
Kirk, I think you're totally wrong about Cruz suspecting me. He was called out this case a long time ago, and ever since CC has recovered, everybody's eased off.
Gina, just do what I'm telling you. Or do you want me to give them a little help in solving the case? How about a little nudge in your direction? That'll take care of it.
It wouldn't take that much for me to tell Eden that you've known she didn't do it all along.
Look, you tell Eden whatever you want to. I don't really care at this point, Gina. But if you care what's going to happen to you, you will get over to that police station right now.
All right, I'll go. I just wish that I knew what was going...
Hi.
Where have you been?
I went for a walk. And I decided I'd look for a job.
Did you have any luck?
No. Oh, I got a few leads, though.
Look, I rented a car and I went out looking for jobs myself. I didn't find anything for me, but I've got a wonderful idea for you.
Yeah, what is it?
Here, I'll tell you about it in the car. I've got to go someplace. I'll just drop you off. Ready?
Oh, okay, sure.
Let's go.
Of course. By all means, let's be civilized, shall we? You know the old joke. Take my husband, please. I'm shedding Lionel, so you can have him. You two can date in public and take cruises together, just like any other normal couple who break up a marriage and tear apart a family so they can be together. Of course, you'll probably want to sneak around a little bit just to keep the excitement up. Lakin and Warren will hate their father, and your children will despise you. But then again, true lust. Huh? Excuse me.
Just shut up, Augusta.
Yes, this is Mr. Cranston again. Have you heard from my wife? When did she call? Did she say why she was canceling the meeting or where she could be reached? Well, did you at least give her my message? No, I haven't heard from her. I wouldn't be calling back, would I?
Hello. I'm Haley Benson.
Yes, can I help you?
Well, I understand that you are accepting applications for the new maid position.
I'm sorry, I don't know anything about that.
Oh, but I was told that if
Yes, but the woman that does know something about that will be back in, I don't know, 15 minutes. If you could just come back or ask for Mrs. Andrade.
Can I at least fill out an application?
I'm sorry, darling, I don't know where the applications are.
Maybe on the table.
How did you know?
Well, I had a friend who applied for the job, and she filled me in.
Oh, you have very generous friends.
Yes.
Look, why don't you sit down in here and fill out the application? Perhaps Mrs. Andrade will be back. You give that to her personally. Do you need a pen?
Oh, yes, I forgot one.
There, why don't you use mine?
Is that real gold?
Yes.
Oh, excuse me. I don't know how much I should write down, but, well, it asks about my parents, and they're deceased.
Oh, well, I'm sorry to hear about that. Do you have somebody else in Santa Barbara? A relative, perhaps?
Oh, no, I don't.
Well, then just skip that part. Yes, hello.
Hi, it's me.
Well, Gina, was he still at the station house when he got there? Where are you calling from?
My motel.
I told you, Gina...
Will you just give me a chance to finish? Look, he left a few minutes after I got outside the police station. He drove away.
Well, didn't you go after him?
No, I didn't. I was afraid he was going to catch me tailing him, Kirk. I went into the police station. I asked them where he was going. They said that he was going home, and then he was taking the rest of the day off. He was going out of town someplace.
Did you find out where to?
No. Look, they wouldn't tell me that. But the point is, if he's going out of town, he's certainly not working on any case.
He went to his house first.
Well, yes, that's what they said.
I'll take it from here.
I know what you're thinking.
No, you don't.
You wouldn't admit it.
I'm wondering how I could have made such a big mistake.
I was supposed to take the step.
You guys, perfect timing. Last box, ready to go.
You feeling tired?
No, not really. Probably because you guys did all the real work. And listen, thank you so much, Tim.
Hey, no, I'm always glad for a chance to cut a class or two. Listen, I might kind of hate myself for asking this, but are we supposed to take the sofa and the bed, too?
Nick will have to rent a separate studio for Kelly's things alone.
Did you say something?
Nick, I think we should leave the sofa and the bed for Janice in case she needs it, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Anything you want.
Great.
Just tell me what's going on around here.
Nothing's going on. Let's just load up the rest of the car, you guys. I'll take these two. Can you get the cartons over there?
What are you going to be able to give her, Nick?
Just more of the same, I guess.
And how long before she's tired of that, tired of you?
You don't really think that Kelly's love can be bought with things, do you?
Oh, no, of course not. But you can't separate her from that part of her life. I mean, because it's a part of her. You see, Kelly doesn't feel the same way about money that you and I do, Nick. Because she's always had it. See, she thinks nothing of calling up the Capwell pilot and saying, I want that plane ready to take off in an hour. Or calling up the most expensive dress shop in Santa Barbara and saying, send over some wedding gowns. I want to try them on. You take away those privileges and her life is going to get pretty rotten. Unless, of course, you're planning on living off of the Capwell dole.
No, I plan to go on living exactly how I have been. On what I earn with my own hands. And I'll take care of Kelly, too.
Well, how are you going to pay for her clothes? Her cars, her parties? I mean, how are you going to give her the excitement that she needs?
You're not talking about Kelly now, Dylan. You're talking about yourself. You're the one that needs the glitz and the danger. Otherwise, you don't feel alive.
No, Nick, there's a certain part of Kelly that likes to live on the edge, too. You can't expect her to fit into this safe little box you're trying to put her into because she'll break out just like I did.
All the casino cash and expensive suits in the world isn't going to make a new man out of you, Dylan. You'll never change. And I feel sorry for you.
I am a new man, Nick, in spite of you. And you're an old man. You think like one, you act like one. I know it, you know it, and so does Kelly. And that's what scares you, because every day you're going to get older. And I'm going to get newer and newer.
Castillo.
Oh, hi, it's me. I'm at the prison. Where are you?
I'm on my way up.
Good. Angel says you're the only person he'll talk to, and he's scared, Cruz. I'm sure Farnham's people are threatening him.
Well, if that's what happened, Julia, I'll take care of it.
All right, now just make sure that you're not being followed. He's afraid Farnham heard that you were coming up here.
All right, will do. I'll see you soon.
I am not seeing Lionel. I do not want Lionel. And you're absolutely right. My children would despise me. I can't let that happen because I need their love too much.
Why don't you just have it both ways, Sophia? You could keep on handing out that very noble line of yours and see Lionel on the sly.
Augusta, I feel sometimes you enjoy playing the betrayed wife.
Well, maybe I just should feel like what I am. You've never had the experience, have you? Cece was always very faithful to you. Well, gird your loins, dearie. You're going to learn something. Lionel's never going to be any more faithful to you than he was to me.
Augusta, try it this way. If you and I get along, maybe it would help our families to find a little peace.
What do you want from me?
I want you to believe me.
Look at you sitting there so caring, so earnest, so beautiful. God, how I hate you.
And God, how I've envied you.
What?
Oh, that's true, Augusta. You are the woman that Lionel would not leave for me. I have envied your exotic beauty and your flair and your incredible style.
Stop right there.
Augusta, listen to me. I don't want Lionel. I want him out of my life.
I wish I could put you in a lie detector. Because if you're acting now, it's better than everything you ever did on screen.
Take him back. Please. You have so much together for everyone's sake. Take him back.
You seem so desperate. If you don't want him, why should I take him back? What difference does it make? I don't really... Wait a minute. I'm beginning to understand. You're afraid. This obsession with Lionel, you can't resist it, can you? So you just use me as protection, right, Sophia?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yes, you do. You are both so terrified of this overpowering, destructive thing between the two of you. You use me as a buffer. Well, now that I'm pulling out, you're panicking, aren't you? Oh, well, speak of the devil. You were expecting to see him here, weren't you?
No.
Over here, Lionel. Well, there you are. Sophia was just wondering about you.
Augusta, I came to talk to you.
Well, I've been entertaining her. Now you two have the whole night to spend together. I hope you choke on it.
Augusta, I want to talk with you. Just...
Yes, Mrs. Rojas, this is Kurt Cranston calling. Has my wife come into the office yet? No, she's not in Los Angeles. She canceled the meeting. I thought maybe she would have let you know where she was.
Well, would you call around and try and find her for me? Thank you. I'll check back.
No, of course I didn't mention you, but, I hate lying.
Well, if you told the truth, you wouldn't have any chance of getting the job.
What are you doing?
I'm just cleaning out my purse. Did you get a chance to see Brandon?
No, I didn't. I wish I could.
If you got the job there, you could see Brandon all the time.
Well, I want to meet Brandon. I really do. But, Gina, I don't know about being a maid.
Did you see the house?
Oh, it's the most beautiful place I've ever been in.
And you haven't even seen the whole thing yet. Oh, God, it'd be wonderful if you could work there. Imagine living there.
Oh, but see, I wouldn't be part of it.
Of course you would. I mean, working for the Capwells, it would open up a whole new world for you. You'd meet politicians and artists and writers and
I wouldn't even
executives.
know I was alive.
I'll have you know, a Rockefeller once married a housemaid.
Oh, and Gina, come on.
I'm telling you, you gotta go where the action is. And the Capwell Mansion is where it's at. They are extraordinary people.
Well, if they're so wonderful, then why do you hate them?
Well, I don't hate them. I mean, not exactly. There's just been some misunderstandings that we haven't been able to work out. We have a few differences, that's all. That's why I don't want them to know that you're my niece. At least, not yet.
Well, the man I met at the door was kind of snotty at first, but he got a little nicer.
Who was it, Mason?
I don't know. Oh, he was the man that you were speaking to on the phone with. That was you, wasn't it?
Oh, well, you were talking to Kirk then. That's Eden's husband. You know what? You should get that.
Oh, but Gina, I think that maybe if...
Trust me.
Hello? Speaking. Oh, yes, sure. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you very much. That was Miss Andrade. Well, she wants me to come in for an interview later.
Oh, that's wonderful. Things are going even better than I planned. I know that Rose is going to like you, but let's do a little rehearsal. Here, I brought you this apron, which I bought for you today, and we'll try it out. And we will pretend it's the real thing.
Hey, listen, why don't you go home? We can take the rest.
Well, no, I don't want to leave you guys all that stuff still in the van.
I already locked up the van. I can bring the rest of the stuff up in the morning.
Here, my autographed Who album you have been wheedling me to give you for years, and you have earned it, my friend.
Well, I knew I'd finally wear you down. Thanks a lot.
Sure.
Hey, you too, be good, be happy.
So long, Ted. Thanks.
Yeah, bye.
See ya. You know what? I think it was really stupid for me to bring all this over here. Where will we put it?
Well, I've been meaning to get rid of a lot of my stuff. Might as well do it now.
What, like the kitchen sink and your dark room and...
Come on, now it's not going to be that crowded. Oh, you look so tired. Come on. You should get in bed.
I
Lie
want to
down.
help you, though.
There'll be plenty of time to do lots of things later. Come here. Welcome home.
That's where the heart is.
It is now. Used to be wherever I hung my hat.
Nicky? Now that we're together, it really doesn't matter where we live, does it? I mean, what do you think of us living in my apartment instead of this?
Kelly, we just moved half of you in here.
Yeah, I know, but we did it so quickly, we had no time to plan, that's all. I mean, my place is so much bigger.
Well, of course it's bigger, but can't we give this place a chance? I'm sure we can make it work.
Okay, if you're worried about the rent being higher over there...
I'm not worried about anything, and I don't want you to be either. I just want you to lie down and rest for a while.
Okay.
Okay.
Julia, you were right. I picked up a tail.
Do whatever you have to do to lose him.
I'm about to. I'll talk to you.
Just wait, just a minute.
Take your hands off of me. I am not your property anymore.
What were you doing in my basement?
That is ridiculous. You told me Minx changed the locks. How could I have been in your basement?
And that's what I'm trying to find out. Now, I know you were there.
That is insane, Lionel.
Oh, is it? Really? Well, I saw your high heel footprint in the basement floor. Now, come on, admit it.
All right, I was there.
Well, you know I could have you arrested for trespassing, and I've got a good mind to do it.
Fake.
What?
Phony. Fake.
What does that mean?
Lionel, you are so smug about your honesty. You are a fraud.
You have no right to be there.
Trying to frighten me by threatening to put me in jail, really, Lionel, that is so phony and so empty. You have done some terrible things to me in my life, but I don't think you'd stoop so low as to put your own wife in jail.
You're right. You're absolutely 100% right. You and I have been acting and doing some crazy things with each other. We have to mature and act more grown up to each other.
Oh.
Get on the right track. Come on. I still love you.
Oh.
You ready to trade places?
Hey, what are you doing up?
Well, I was asleep and I woke up. You haven't stopped.
I know, the place still looks like a hurricane hit it.
What's in the fridge?
Oh, 2 old lemons. I was about to run out and get us some dinner.
Dinner. What a beautiful word. Sounds good enough to eat, doesn't it?
I'm out of here. Love you. Now, while I'm gone, you do not do anything.
Yes, sir.
Nothing.
Nope.
See ya.
Love you. Who is it?
Kelly, it's Sam.
Hi.
Hi, can I come in?
Yeah, come on in.
Great. How you doing, lady?
Much better, thanks. Listen, we're redecorating. It says the early mess day. What do you think?
No. I only think when I'm paid to. But from the looks of it, I think that maybe you and Nick are going to live here together. Congratulations.
Yeah, if we can find a place to put everything, we will.
Listen, Kelly, we got to talk about Dylan.
I'm not the right person, Sam.
Yeah, well, I need to talk to somebody about him. And I can't talk to Nick, and Janice is out of town.
Well, as you've heard, I'm sure I am not one of Dylan's biggest fans right now.
Yeah, well, his rooting section has definitely quieted down a lot lately. Listen, I got to ask you something. Have you noticed kind of change in Dylan? I mean, I'm not talking about his clothes. I'm, not the outside demeanor, but big change, something inside.
Yes, I have.
Ah, then it's not my imagination. Kelly, we've been through so much together. A lot of tight spots all over the world. And every time when I thought I'd never see his face again, boop, there Dylan pop up. Bright as day, always the same. Now.
What?
I got an uneasy feeling about it. I'm worried, Kelly. I'm worried because I don't like what I see in him right now.
What? I'm serving from the left.
You have to serve the beverages from the right.
Oh, right. Right. Okay.
No, the soup bowl goes on top of the plate, not beside it.
I'm sorry.
Now you can clear my place.
Okay.
No, wait a minute. You have to clear from the right.
Oh, how come?
Never mind the logic behind it. Just learn the rules.
I don't know, Gina. I mean, if I get the job, well, I'm going to be lost in that huge house. No one's going to hear from me again.
No, you're not. You're going to get used to it. It'll get easy after a while. Now, come on. We got to talk about the important things.
Well, what's that?
Well, how to take care of everybody and make everybody in that house happy.
Oh, you mean that's the job of the maid also?
Coddling egos is an important thing for every young woman to know if she's going to be successful. And you are. Being housemaid is just the first step. It's going to be up, up, up from there. Now, of course, the most important person in that house is Brandon. Well, at least to me. But he'll be easy for you to take care of. Just Give him a lot of love and attention. He'll be fine. You're going to have to deal with CC, my husband. The best thing to do is just to kind of ignore him. And when he growls at you, don't pay any attention. Just try to act invisible. And then there's the youngest daughter. That's Kelly. She's pretty nice, pretty laid back. Now, as far as the way you deal with her, just kind of leave her alone. Let her feel independent and like she doesn't need anyone to pick up after her. But you're going to have to deal with Eden. And she is very crabby. When she gets in a bad mood, just run the other direction. But when she's in a good mood, you just tell her how beautiful she is and how smart she is.
Gina, I don't want to keep changing personalities all the time. You know, I just want to be myself.
All right, I'm just trying to give you some advice. A few pointers. Then there's Kirk. He's Eden's husband. He's so wrapped up in her, he probably won't pay any attention to you. And there's the last one, but not the least, and that's Ted. He's the youngest, but he's the nicest.
Ted. Well, that's the name of the boy I met when I was running yesterday.
Was it? Well, you're gonna like this one too. Now let's get back to basics. Enough of this psychology. You know how to make a hospital corner?
I think so.
I'm gonna time you. Okay. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Lost. Where's he going?